Hi everyone, I'm here with Jimmy from Steve Jackson Games, and we're going to check out Ogre Pocket Edition.
Yeah, so we are re-releasing Ogre Pocket Edition in the original format that it came out in 1977. Plastic bag with just your rulebook, your map, and your old chit tokens. It's going to be the same price as 1977, $2.95. It's going to be out summer of 2013. Some Kickstarter backers are going to be getting this in their Kickstarter packages, so they'll have it ahead of other people. But so basically, this will be the version available for everybody. Just do a quick pickup game of Ogre whenever you want to. It fits in any backpack and everything like that. So.
Cool. Can you show us a little bit of how it's played?
Sure. We've got a game in progress here. Basically, in Ogre, one player, it's an asymmetrical warfare game, so one player has the Ogre. That is his only unit, but it has a lot of guns and a lot of treads. It's a huge 3-story cybernetic tank. The other player has an array of armor and infantry units that are trying to stop it from getting to the command post and destroying it. And right now the Ogre has already mowed through some of the frontline forces, kill off a lot of infantry and stuff. So we're going to go ahead and do a few steps to see how the game kind of goes. So right now it's the armor's turn. So the infantry here, each unit, and I'll pull up a unit close here for you to look at. A unit has basically 3 stats on it. The bottom is the attack. It's a 3-1, so it's a 3 strength attack and it's a range of 1. The defense of the unit is 3, and the movement of the unit is 2. So basically all of your stats are right there on the unit. That's the case for all of them except for the Ogre, which has its own record sheet that you have to note down separately. So right now, we're going to move our infantry in to start to get closer to the Ogre, and the defending player moves all of his units every turn. The GV here is disabled, which means it cannot move or fire. It's already taken some damage in a previous turn. These GVs are close in enough to shoot already, and we're going to go ahead and move our missile tank. It's got to move in a 2 to get him in range of shooting at the Ogre. And everything else we're going to kind of let sit where it's at. So first thing we're going to do is the only infantry that's close enough to hit is not very strong, so we're just going to have him shoot at the treads of the unit because that's his best odds attack he can make. The way an attack works is you take the attack strength and you divide it by the defense, and you come up with what your attack ratio is. It's pretty simple. Everything's going to be running on this combat results table, which after you play with it enough, you're pretty much just going to know by heart. All tread attacks are 1-to-1, which is better odds the infantry would get on his own. So he's got a 1-to-1, so we're going to roll the die. You get a 3, which is a result of D for disabled. Unfortunately, that's not good enough to hurt the Ogre. The Ogre only takes damage on the X's, which is the destroyed results. So that infantry attack did no damage to the treads. These 2 GEVs are going to, they've got 2 attacks. We're going to go ahead and attack the Ogre. And he's got a main battery, which is defense 4. So we're going to combine their attacks, which we get to combine them into 1 roll. And that will add their attack strengths together, so that will be a 4 attack versus the 4 defense of the main battery, which makes it a 1-to-1 attack. So you can combine as many attacks as you want to into 1 stronger attack and basically risk it all in a single roll with better odds. So we're going to go against that main battery on a 1-to-1. That's a 2. And on the table, that is a no effect, so that did not damage the Ogre's main battery at all. The only other thing that's in range right now, we have 2 things in range. The missile tank has a range of 4 and an attack of 3. So we're going to fire that at one of the Ogre's missiles to try to get rid of it before he uses it against us. So the Ogre's got 1 missile left, he's already fired 1. It's a defense 3. So again, this is another 1-to-1 attack. And we are not rolling well, so that did not do anything either. Last attack is the Howitzer. It's our big gun in the back. It's a glass cannon. It's got almost no defense, but it's got a really long range. It's got a 6 attack, so we're going to try to take out that last missile with the Howitzer. So the 6 attack versus 3 defense is going to be a 2-to-1 attack. We actually use the next column up on the dice table, on the results table. That's a 5, which is a destroy result, so we did destroy the Ogre's other missile before he could fire it. So the defense gets 1 other movement. The GEVs, which are basically they're ground effect vehicles, they're assault hovercraft basically, they get a 2nd movement phase to get out of the way. So So they can move in, shoot, and move back. Everything else just gets to move once. So the GVs will retreat out of range a little bit, just to make the Ogre come to them. And then that's the end of the defense turn. So then the attacking player with the Ogre, it's their turn to go. Right now the Ogre still has a movement of 3. So he's basically going to close in probably on this missile tank because it's the biggest threat right now, and he can get in close enough to hit it with his main battery. So he'll move 1, 2. That's going to be close enough to shoot at it. So we're going to start with his main battery, which is attack 4, range 3. He's range 2 of the missile tank, so he's got attack 4 with a defense of 2 on the missile tank. So the Ogre's going to have a 2-to-1 on the missile tank. Pretty good odds. That's a 4 on a 2-to-1, which is a destroyed result, so that missile tank is now gone. If you just rolled a D, it would have disabled the missile tank, and you would flip it over and it couldn't move or shoot. And if it makes it to the end of the Ogre's next turn, you can recover it and it can act again. The Ogre would also probably use anti-personnel guns to wipe out some of these infantry here. It's got 8 anti-personnel weapons that I forgot to write on the sheet there, but they are only good against command posts and infantry, and they're all 1-to-1 attacks. Or they're all 1 attack, 1 range, but you can combine them to basically fight off like fire 3 at this infantry to make a 3-to-1 attack on him. The more important thing though is we want to use that main battery, which is the range. We got the secondary batteries out. 2, 3. No, not in range of that. So we should have used the main battery elsewhere. So the Ogre will basically, he'll fire a bunch of the anti-personnel, wipe out those infantry, and you go like this again. You're going back and forth like this. You weaken the Ogre as he moves forward. You can also choose, you can see on our record sheet here that the defense has been attacking the Ogre's treads as well. If he runs, each line of treads that he runs through reduces his movement speed, so the defenders can, if they focus on his treads, can get the Ogre slowed down enough where he can't move and can only shoot. If he can't reach the command post, then he can't destroy the command post. So there's a couple ways to go about it. There's a lot of strategies. The defense actually gets to build its army up. There's some point rules on how you get 12 armor units, but you get to pick which 12 those are, and you get 20 points of infantry. So this is just the basic Ogre scenario. There's a couple other scenarios in the book, and you can find a lot more online. But basically everything you need to play this game, it'll run in about 20 to 30 minutes, let you know how to play, and that's the whole Ogre Pocket Edition.
Awesome. Thank you very much. We'll look forward to picking us up next year for sure. Thank you.